What up, people? Welcome to the Blackwell Project's weekly town hall meeting. I'm Kamari Ellis. We got the rest of the brain trust with us, Courtney, Corey, and Mr. Jimmy over here. Today, it's only 4 or 6 of us. We got 2 folks that are out. I think Queen Tracy is going to join us in a minute. But nonetheless, today we are talking about who can come to the cookout. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Who can come to the cookout? Is everybody invited to the cookout? Are the offenders to the culture invited to the cookout? Are 6F people invited to the cookout? Who's invited to the cookout? Who has a say on what's going on? But do us a favor before we jump into our lively conversation that we always have every Sunday at 7 p.m. Share this out with some other people who are concerned about Black wealth. Y'all know we always have a great conversation. What's up, team? How y'all doing?
You're
Man, you know, we alive, man. Everything's good, man.
yeah, man. I ain't gonna never complain about being alive.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Every day is a good day.
Every day is a good day.
So what's up, Courtney? What's up, Jimmy? How y'all doing?
Listen, man, doing amazing. Shout out to everybody from our community. We just rolled out our new membership group, and the support was crazy. So, you know, real excited about that, man. You know what I mean?
Now, what's it called? What's it called?
MDC Strategy, man. So it's a joint effort between myself, Corey, and some of our other partners that we deal with in our trading journeys. So we have a new group. It's called MDC Strategy. You can go to mdcstrategy.com. A lot of folks have been supported, but we just had a re-release of everything that we're doing. So get access to multiple courses, the Discord, all of our trades. I mean, they get everything. So and the feedback has been crazy. We already have a number of folks that have signed up. So we're real excited about that.
All right. So we got another legit investment group out here on the block. So I love that. So I ain't got to talk about y'all and my scammer rants because I know y'all scammer free.
I'm about
Man,
to
listen, no scams, bro.
Yeah, we don't play that game at all.
Oh, I know that.
Not investment advice, man. Educational, entertainment purposes only, man. And no, that's all. We just building with our community, man. So we're excited about that. We also excited about our camp just finished this past Saturday, which was phenomenal, man. So I want to shout out everybody. Like, there's a lot of folks that actually are people here. Like Latoya is probably watching, Jose if he's watching, Dawn. Everybody like helped out and really pulled up when we asked them to. And it's our first year doing it online, so it was a success, man. The feedback has been crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a good week.
Yeah, the kids enjoyed the camp, so thank you.
What's that, Courtney?
So my kids enjoyed the class. So.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, my son enjoyed it.
Kamari's son was there too, man. Kamari's son was a star student, man. He was like,
Yeah.
We had to like little quizzes and everything. He was running through everybody. I was like, okay, he's showing off. I says, probably Kamari on the other end answering questions for him.
Listen, I missed yesterday, right? My plan was totally to be there, but I got caught up with some other stuff. I got some people that are close in the family that got hit with that COVID. So but
the new variant? They got the new.
I don't know if it's new or old, but they got it. But my son was on early, and he was like, "Yo, the Kahoot was fire."
Yeah, I guess so. He was cooking everybody, so I guess he did enjoy it.
Yeah, right.
Kids enjoy it when they win.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But no, again, I'm really, really proud of y'all for doing that. And I'm glad I can attach myself to y'all because y'all out there doing that good work. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Yep. All right, let's jump in with some of the folks who are here. People are already answering the question. Again, the question for the night is, who can come to the cookout? Who can come to the cookout? Y'all know what the cookout is. All right, Don Johnson. Oh, that's Jose. My bad. Jose's in the building.
Jose. Kamari getting fancy out here, man.
Yeah.
All right, Don Johnson's in the building. How am I getting fancy? I'm light work. Y'all don't want launching stuff. I got to catch up with y'all.
Come on, man.
Y'all see what Don said, right?
No pale faces at the cookout. I'm not going to disagree with that at all.
Can be. How you doing, Can be?
Well, wait a second. Pale face. Can we define that? Because some of us don't have all that.
we know. Come on. All right. How about this? No paint no mayonnaise.
Listen,
what's Courtney's nickname? Caramel complected cutie. Is that what it was?
I can't stand y'all.
Listen, I think even 1/10 or one drop of melanin qualifies you. You can still be super light skinned with one drop. So we know what Don's talking about. All right, Miss Sean's here. How you doing, man?
Talisha, how are
What's
you?
going on, Talisha?
Jose's in the building. If you ain't black, you're not invited.
I was just watching some of Talisha's content. She had a Zoom with a young brother who was raising capital, and I thought that was pretty dope. I can't remember the name of the company. It slipped my mind, but I was just watching it. Talisha does a lot of amazing work in the blockchain space.
Oh,
Wait a
Queen
second.
Tracy's in the building.
This looks a little interesting there, friend.
yeah. How about you drive? How about you just say hi to the audience and then get home safe? I don't like
Y'all,
that.
listen. Y'all know this is when Tracy drop bars. What up, Trey?
I'm parked. I'm good. I'm not driving. I'm sitting in the
You
car.
sure? All right.
Yep.
All right.
Safety first. Safety above all. All right. So Jose says if you ain't black, you ain't invited.
Hold on, Tracy got a new whip. Is that look like new material?
Oh, that's that new.
I'm sorry.
That leather did look plush.
I know. Don't it look mad new?
Look plush.
I smell a new car smell from over here.
What's your favorite saying, Jimmy? You love when rich black people talk about money?
Oh, I love it.
I was trying to keep it under the radar. Just keep it a little low key.
I got you. My bad. I ain't mean to blow your spot up. I just saw them seats and I smelled the leather over here. Like,
Yeah, that joint, like she snuggled in.
The secret's out now. The whole world knows. But listen, we ain't gonna tell nobody. We ain't snitching.
no, we off that.
Now, I don't understand this comment. Jose says if you ain't black, you're not invited. If you're a downgrade black woman or black man, you can't come without restitution. What does that mean?
Restitution could be an apology.
Absolutely. So he's basically saying if you're not black, you're not invited. But here's the other thing: if you downgrade, then you gotta come with your hat in your hand. Like, if you're out here in these streets cutting up, you can't come either until you get it together.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that. No raisins in a potato salad. Absolutely
Never.
not.
Absolutely not.
Ever.
No raisins in anything.
That qualifies you for a lifetime ban.
No apples in the coleslaw.
What's up, Lance?
That's that.
Though.
What's up, Lance?
I know people who put apple skins in
Apple
coleslaw.
skins, like if you actually grate up the apples, like with the, it actually gives it a nice. Okay, never mind. Tracy.
No, I ain't familiar with that body of work.
In the cold.
Listen, I go down
coleslaw.
south a lot. I know black people who do that, so I'm not even talking about. I ain't even talking about pink toes.
But I think we really do need to talk about, because I think we're very particular about who does what at the cookout. We're very particular about who makes potato salad. We all know who can't and who should. And then we also know what family member is the person that only can bring ice in cups. So, I mean, so we're all shaking our head and we all in agreement. So my concern is that why are we not like that with our business? Like, we'll just take financial advice from any old person, not vetted, no nothing. But the potato salad now, you can't mess with the potato salad. It's just like, I mean, I'm just confused. And I just need a little bit of clarification if somebody can give it to me about how that is and how that can, exist.
Listen, because we like shiny things. So if someone shows us shiny things, we're prone to listen to them, regardless. That's just the way it works.
Well, real quick, everybody say what's up to Latoya.
Hey, Latoya.
Latoya, what's up?
Oh, and the chat just jumped on me big time.
Well, the next one is about blueberries and mac and cheese.
Blueberries and mac and y'all be seeing stuff that I just never seen before, like
Wait,
blueberries and mac and cheese.
Flag on the play.
That's a violation.
Who would ever do that?
Yeah, I ain't with that. I ain't with that at all.
Blueberries
That's a
are
violation.
fruit. And then the fact you put in the mac and cheese, like, how do we get there?
Yeah, how do we get to that place?
Yeah.
They be trying to do that savory and sweet thing, but they take it too far.
Too far. Like, I'm okay with certain foods being savory and sweet. So I love like a nice brie with a nice kind of like
Hold on.
jam.
Are you bringing Courtney? Are you bringing brie to the cookout?
Yo,
my point. But that's exactly my point. So there's certain
I was about to say there's some fire cookouts y'all go to with Bree. I ain't never been to a cookout with Bree. Like
I don't even know what that is.
Or you know what it is. Stop it.
No, I know exactly what it is.
I know you do. I know you do.
That's an outdoor garden party. That's not a
Okay, all right.
I was just. Hey, listen. I was just talking trash. I know exactly what it is, but you know,
I know you do.
How about this? If I invite y'all to a cookout, don't bring no Brie.
But that's my point. Like, time and place. But we also have a time and place thing. Like someone said, savory and sweet. Yes, there's always a time and place for savory and sweet, but it's not in the mac and cheese.
No, it's definitely not the mac and cheese.
I think those are the things I'm trying to say. Like, you know, we have some really like hard and fast food rules, but we just don't put them anywhere else. I just don't get it. It drives me insane. But yes, for a garden party, you can definitely do a baked brie with a nice like strawberry jam or preserve.
Wait a minute. But who the hell has garden parties?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Tracy.
Oh, my bad.
Courtney.
Oh, okay.
People go to the garden party.
Hey, they got actual class, man. Don't be talking to them like that.
Yeah, I'm clearly not able to get into that social stratosphere.
Listen,
You ain't able to get into those kind of
I'm telling you, a glass of wine and a good charcuterie board will change your life.
All right, hold on. I need you to spell charcuterie board for me because I don't know.
Yeah,
man. I don't know what
I
kind of y'all going to. Y'all got charcuterie boards?
I just want to go back to the spot and get the seafood mac and cheese. That's all I want. Like y'all talking about charcuterie boards.
Is that even how you say it, Jimmy? Is it charcuterie board or charcuterie board? Like
I don't know.
Oh man, listen, I don't even know. I don't eat nothing that look or sound like that. To reach charcuterie board.
Yeah, I see it in the chat. Monica put it in the chat, but I'm still not familiar with that body of work. But Tracy was about to say something. The next one is where?
No, I was gonna say the next airing that we do with a podcast, I will highlight the one in Philly that literally does custom made charcuterie boards for events, and she does an amazing job. Like, and they're very fancy, they're very nice. It's really nothing but meats and cheeses and fruits and that kind of thing, but it pairs with wine.
It don't sound as fly as saying a charcuterie board. That just sounds a lot flyer.
It is.
It just sounds fly. Yo, that sounds fly, yo. I want to write a rap and to say charcuterie board in it because it just sounds fly.
I don't even know if I can say that right without saying the other word, but
yeah.
Okay. What up, Monica? How you doing? Happy Sunday.
Man, listen.
Hey, Monica.
Some of my skin folk can't come to the cookout.
That's exactly what Jose was like.
That's fair.
I got you. Now, if y'all have not picked up, we are talking about the cookout figuratively and literally. If y'all have not picked up on that yet, we're talking about both. The proverbial cookout. All right, so Latoya says, but do all black folks deserve to attend as well? It's a few I'd rather not see there, like New Kanye. I don't want to. Latoya, I'm with you.
You can come to my cookout. New Kanye is wilding out. I love New Kanye.
I can go without. I can go without.
I need more evidence on New Kanye. I need to see more of what he all is.
They told New Kanye to wear a face covering. They told him to wear a face covering. My man literally wore a face covering.
That wasn't no face covering. That was a damn ski mask.
Yo, that was absolute
that was a
fire,
ski
yo.
mask.
Yo, that was absolute fire, yo. His
crazy part about it is it was memorable. That's the thing, though. It was memorable. Everybody talks about
his level of petty is amazing.
Listen, he definitely knows how to be a shock and awe kind of guy. He knows how to get media attention all day long.
Definitely.
All right. So Lance said, Jose, talking about them skin folk, not kin folk. Yep.
These are facts.
Facts. Chuck D told us that a long time ago. Courtney, because that's when we are that's where we are seasoned.
Yeah,
we got
experience with that.
That's where we feel like we can exert our power. We know what we talking about. We don't know the other stuff. We know our cookouts though.
If you ain't got that extra tricep meat,
don't touch the potato salad. Yo,
down out here wild.
Don't know.
All right, so listen, y'all.
Oh my God!
We've just discovered a new bougie Negro. Jose is the new bougie Negro. Breathe,
Jose.
Dom, man.
breathe
Hey,
the
Dom,
ooze.
you got chill, bro.
Oh, Don, yo.
Brie
Oh,
is very
man.
good though.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, Don, you
Y'all
wild.
still talk about some damn cheese?
Yeah.
All right,
I
Monica
agree
says.
with that, Monica. I agree
All right,
with
Monica
that
says,
as a
Courtney,
whole.
because we're comfortable with our potato salad knowledge. We feel inferior in certain spaces we listen to every Tom, Dick, and Dave Ramsey. Oh, man.
Ew.
Mm.
That
Dave
was
Bro,
Ramsey.
you've been ramming on him. You've been ramming on him lately.
Listen,
I
I think
have.
I got it. I think I got it from Courtney. I got infected by Courtney because she gives Dave the business. And I just thought he said something that was
Because he a weirdo.
yeah, it was just dumb. It's just
He just
dumb.
says a lot of stupid stuff. But I think I
mean-
agree with you, Monica. I definitely see where you're coming from, and I see where other people are coming from. But to me, I feel like that's the reason to be even more discerning. If you don't have that knowledge, I feel like you should be more discerning if you don't. I mean, we know like if your potato salad has like an orange twin, like a yellow twin, something's wrong. I mean, you can always put some mustard in it, you know, but you just can't go too far, you know. You can't go
Oh
too
my God.
crazy.
Jose says we got to get y'all groomed. Oh, more Negro bougie talk. I can't even translate that, y'all.
Yeah, man. That's that Jack
Thank
and
you,
Jill talk.
Jose. Thank you, Jose.
Jimmy, I know you're not
Come
talking
on,
to your
charcuterie
girl.
board. Yes.
Hey,
Easy.
Jimmy.
I didn't say anything. I didn't know what a
Curls are
charcuterie
bougie.
board
You
is.
can't wake up bougie. Look
All right.
at the curls. Look at how fluffy they are. Get out of here.
Hey, Jimmy, tell him ain't nothing but juices and berries, man. Don't
Hey,
let
man,
him.
look.
Ain't nothing but juices and berries. This is Prince Hakeem over there. He got his own money.
Yeah.
Yo, that was fire.
All right, Monica
My
says
son works.
it's just cheese and meat, though. Maybe a little fruit.
Mhm.
Man, y'all
But
giving me a whole education today.
it's high quality meats and cheeses. Like you can't
Whoa, easy, young
like
Jeezy.
pan from like Acme or something like
So
that.
wait a minute. What kind of
So you
meat?
can't. So they gotta come from Whole Foods. It can't come from Acme.
No, it's just gotta be
Yeah.
prosciutto or
What the hell is
some sort of.
Whoa.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So on your high Negro bougie list, y'all got slave food?
Uh-oh.
Slave food? Or you call it pork slave food? I mean, you would have called
pork is kind of slave food.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just
All
saying.
right, it's fine. So yes. Salami.
But listen, we already know pork is at the cookout, right? We know the ribs are at the cookout, but that's the fancy pork. Like I ain't know.
So hold up. I can't get like a charcuterie board if I don't want red meat or pork.
Correct.
Nah, you can't. You can't. Because it's a lot of pepperonis and all kinds of crazy stuff on them.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on the charcuterie boards then.
Coca-Cola. I mean, just I mean, then
listen.
Remember, the whole purpose of the board is to pair it with wine. So
that's why I'll never. That's why I'll never do it.
You're pairing it well with wine, and there are certain curations of meats that tingle well in your mouth when you drink that type of wine.
I got you though. What goes with Ripple?
Sham Pipple.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you lower class Negroes anymore.
Listen.
Not doing it.
Listen.
Not going to discuss Ripple.
So listen, if we do Taylorsport, Cisco, Colorado,
Manischewitz.
If we do any of those, Tracy.
None of
these that poor stuff y'all talking about.
None of these drinks should be actually. You know, my grandmother told me we don't drink port wine; we cook with it.
Facts.
Oh, wait a minute. What's port wine?
What we were just talking about with the teleport and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. She just definitely tried to step on our neck.
Oh man.
No, it wasn't even. What do you? Ripple.
I promise you, there's a completely different flavor if you cook with that wine than it is if you actually ingest it from the bottle.
Ah.
For sure.
Me a really
No, 100%. My brother's a chef, so I know what she's talking about.
Yeah,
But
it's like it's depth. It gives you depth. It gives your meat's depth. And
yeah,
it's
my brother's chef, and he definitely cooks with port wine. So I knew what she was talking about, but I knew she was also stepping on our neck.
Because y'all got me on here talking about Ripple and Manischewitz. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yo. Don't forget about that Mad Dog and that Cisco.
No.
Talk about wild turkey now.
Can we normalize not drinking things that can kickstart a car?
No, I got Everclear stories for days.
No. We will not drink things that can literally petrol fuel a car.
Tracy, I need you to stop acting like you ain't never had no jungle juice.
Jungle juice is something different, and I need you to understand.
A lot of people put Everclear in the jungle juice.
When you are 18 to 22, your system can handle whatever jet fuel you put inside of it and still keep ticking.
There were
But the
little
moment
drinks called
you
jet
crack 30, you should not be drinking anything that can kickstart a car.
Yo, she put an age limit on it too. Like after 30, you gotta quit.
Kamar, we got a new show title for this show. We're gonna call it Normalized what's it? Charcuterie.
No, normalize being black and bougie.
No.
Normalize black wealth.
Yeah. She putting it out there. I ain't mad.
Nah, I ain't mad at it either.
Normalized charcuterie boards.
No, that's not happening. I don't even want to see that.
All right, so let me ask this question, right? Y'all brought up Kanye. He called Trump his daddy. So are black Republicans allowed to cook out?
Oh, what?
Are black Republicans allowed to cook out?
Oh, depends on where. I mean,
depends upon the Republican, because all Republicans are Trump folks. I think that's also something. There's Republicans and then there's Trump people.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, there's a giant difference.
Yeah, so I think that there's a high correlation, but they're not one and the same. So I think that's a little different.
All right, let me ask the follow-up question. It's 2021. The whole damn Republican Party follows Trump. So is there any real distinction now?
I don't think the whole Republican Party follows Trump.
Yeah.
No.
I think the
people that aren't even Republicans.
There's several Republicans that came out against Trump, but when they do, their voices a lot of times get silenced. But I mean, he doesn't have the full Republican Party.
He got most of it.
Colin Powell is a Republican. He didn't follow Trump. He spoke out against Trump.
But he's also not in office. He's also
I'm not saying he is in office. I'm just saying in general. We weren't talking about just people in office. We said Republicans. He said Republicans.
Right, but I think it's important to note that a lot of the Republicans that are actually in office, that they don't get down with the quote Trumpism or the Trump agenda, which is like the new Tea Party, but like worse, they get ostracized. So I think it's really hard to, at least for those who are in office, to actually separate the Trumpers and the actual quote Republicans, because the ones who aren't necessarily Trumpers are the ones that get ostracized. I mean, we saw what happened with the few Republicans are like, no, y'all really try to cause here. We're not with it. And they basically have like called them everything but a child of God, and they basically ostracized them from the party.
All right, so this is a quick cookout question, right? Since we brought it up. Does anybody care about seeing Trump's taxes?
No.
I never cared.
I know, I'll say this, Donald Trump is a liar and he's a cheat. And I don't want to hear nothing about him no more.
I only cared when he was in office because he was supposed to be running the country. Like, if he's a regular citizen, I don't care. I don't care.
I mean,
go ahead,
I like messiness. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to see it for the reaction. I know Twitter is going to be entertained by it one way or the other, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm here for it.
All right. So don't be surprised when I cover it.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna send you. Listen, man, I'm gonna open up the super chat. I got you. You talk about it. I got you.
Yeah, it's going to get messy.
Oh, it's going to get real messy. All right. So Lance says that's the average black folks speak. I'm getting cultured right now. Look at that. All right, y'all. So listen, we getting cultured at the Black Wall Project. We are on every Sunday at 7 p.m. So we get ratchet, we get bougie too. We cover the whole gambit. It's room for all of us. Room for all of us. Hey, Rochelle, how you doing?
Hey, what's going
Hey, Rochelle,
on?
what's up, family?
Yes. Etiquette is also a part of wealth as well. So let's get into it.
Whoa, easy, young Jeezy. There's no etiquette to wealth. Money talk different, but it ain't no etiquette to it. They do whatever the hell they want.
They do, but there is a language that is spoken.
No, it's a different language for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so Latoya is co-signing your commentary, Tracy. We shouldn't be drinking Coke no more.
You know what?
Let's stop this rocket fuel.
I'm gonna take that back, Tracy, because I just watched In Time again, which is like one of my probably my second favorite movie.
Yo, we need to cover that.
And when she talked to every time they go to that scene where he asked how she knew, he was different or whatever, because I saw you running, right? So there's a different feel and a different vibe and a different look. Like that's why old money don't like new money, and you know what I mean, they can tell when new money is in the house and all that, because there is a different, they've been talking to each other for years, and then now you got this new money. They don't even respect that, even if you got more money than them.
Yeah, but you know what though? I think that's a great point, because I think that new money doesn't care necessarily about old money anymore
at all.
We're seeing a big, huge culture change in society in general. And I mean, I see it across everything, within finance, within sports. I mean, even as it pertains to athletes, like, look, I'm done. I got to take care of my mentals. I'm out of here. Like, that's a whole different thing we're seeing. These young folks don't care about societal norms. You know what I mean? And
I don't blame them at all, because it's really they're trying to break the mold and not have the same things keep happening over and over and over and continue. They're trying to break those molds, and I salute them for that. I salute us for that, because that's what we doing.
I was looking at a conference where they had like some of the CEOs of companies talking, and like, and you could just see literally like just watch them and see the difference in culture. Like, some of them don't care about, even wearing suits, ties. Like, that whole thing is out of the window. These young kids do whatever they want to do. It's like they're about like and it's admirable. A lot of times as older folks, we talk down on this new generation, but in a lot of ways, they got more courage than us.
Yeah, they get busy.
But let's be very clear that. Real quick, I just want to be clear that some of the stuff that we were doing and have been doing just didn't make any sense. The fact of working yourself to exhaustion, the fact that, you would basically, and I think it's really important to even talk about Simone Biles in a moment, is that they said that she got the twisties. And basically, when you are a gymnast and you are flipping through the air, you have to have your faculties about you. And I think everybody and their cousin had a commentary. He had even won participation medal in T-ball, had something to say. And just like, if you are up in the air, you don't like know where you are, you can't feel yourself. You could the only reason why she didn't actually hurt herself is because she was in such good shape. And I think honestly, people are saying like I think working your fingers to the bone just does not make sense. I mean, and we've seen what that looks like, and especially with COVID, is that we've seen people that we thought had forever, had their lives taken like in an instant. So I think it's just everybody is like, things are kind of coming a little bit more clear and focused. And I think people are actually watching, what people before them have done, and like, what, that makes no sense. I'm not going to do it, and really sticking to it, because I think earlier generations have said the same thing and not stuck to it. I'm not going to do what my dad did, and then they end up doing what the dad did or the mom or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, I think now they're just like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. And I'm to Corey's point, it's admirable. I'm so glad to see it. I mean, I think we just take some of this trauma that we walk around with and we wear it as badges. It's not a badge.
Shout out to Naomi. Shout out to Simone.
But that's exactly what excuse me.
I think Tracy had something. Tracy, did you have something?
Oh, no. I was going to go in with that conversation as well. Like, she definitely, I applaud the Naomis, the Simones. I think the culture on mental health, as well as being in the spotlight and providing a gladiator style service that people are allowed to ogle, is something that is going to change in this country, the way that we see our athletes, our entertainers, and other people that we are allowed to watch and be in awe of, that should have been never have been a burden that they should have had to carry.
Facts. Go ahead, Jimmy. What'd you have?
No, I was just saying, like, it's just different. I just, like I was saying, I respected the younger generation, because they just don't care about societal norms, right? And you talk about this a lot, Kamari, about like some things are just normalized that probably shouldn't be. And they move the way they move. They do whatever they want to do. I saw a conversation. I think it was Don and Latoya were having. Latoya was like, we also have to like normalize just like being happy and doing things that you want. I think the conversation, I'm not mistaken, y'all were talking about the idea of having wealth allows the next generation to do things like study certain topics and things that poverty
be arty.
Yeah.
Be into the arts and do
get into the arts
and
then studying certain things like that. And Latoya's point was we got to normalize like the freedom to kind of like study and learn the things that you want. Just don't follow societal norms.
Right. Yep. That's a fact. That is a fact. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about this new generation, the audience I'm speaking to, right? Do y'all rock with Simone? Do y'all think so let me give some context, right? I got tagged into this conversation on Facebook. I don't even know why I responded, but my newsiosity and my ADHD kicked in. And so there was a 6F guy saying that Simone Biles is going to regret quitting because she's supposed to be a champion. And so I said to her, well, the only way she would regret quitting is if she thought like you, if her worldview is like yours. And I don't think her worldview is like yours because going to what Courtney said, she's accomplished way more than you have ever done, ever. So I don't think her worldview will be like yours. But what do y'all think about that, right? I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people come down on her, right? From Sha'Carri to Simone to Naomi, and they're calling them quitters. But we're okay with being on the big screen for the 6Fs to view because that's who's really watching, destroying their bodies, putting life on limb, and nobody really cares. So what do y'all think about that?
I think these young people got it right, because and here's why, right? Because this is something that I've normalized in my life, and anybody that knows you will tell you, when I don't feel like doing it, I walk away. I normalize people like you quit in the middle. Yes, I did, because it didn't benefit me, right? I work for these jobs for my benefit, not theirs. And so when it doesn't benefit me anymore, I walk away. Right now, when we're doing something and we have a mission, right? Something like this project, I would never walk away from this, right? Because I believe in this. This is my mission. This isn't a job. But a job, like if you paying me something and I don't feel like I'm getting the benefits of that payment and it's not worth it to me anymore, I walk dead off, because it's not, if it's not worth it mentally, if it's not worth it health-wise, if it's not going to be beneficial to me in the end, and it's only that and it's one side and it is only beneficial to one side, what are we doing here? Like, I'm out. And I feel these young people in there. Like, I'm done. When I'm done, I'm done.
Gotcha.
I agree. Listen, I've had that, and I was actually, they made me question some of the things that I've been doing, and not necessarily recently, but I remember I was working, I was government attorney, and I had a temperature of 102, and I wrote a brief. It's actually one of the best briefs I've ever written.
You had your like Jordan flu game with in front of the computer.
Yeah, like I was just going. I was like, right, and it was so crazy because here's the thing: I was writing it for a court in like the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, and I was right on the law. We were right on the law, but they didn't care because it was a circuit. It was a court of common pleas. So all those judges are elected. They all know each other. So they're not going to big bad government. We're not going to mess with them. So that, it was for nothing. Like we ended up losing, and I was right legally, but I knew we were going to lose. So why was I up with a 102 temperature? And I was living in Harrisburg, so I had to drive myself home to Philadelphia. And I had to do all of that with the flu, and I had a Black woman doctor when I went to urgent care, and she was looking at me like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "I don't even understand how you're like actually functioning right now, let alone trying to drive to Philadelphia, let alone writing, you know, a 6-page brief that was due right before you came to me. Like, what do you like? She really was like, what are you doing? And I took that kind of as a badge of honor. Like, yeah, you know, I wrote this wonderful brief and I had 102 fever. You know, what can I could have died and nobody could have cared. That court didn't care. That job wouldn't have cared. You know,
That's a
it's
fact.
like you really have to really rethink some of the stuff that you're doing and why you're doing it. Like, is it going to matter a year from now? And probably it's not.
It's absolutely not, man. You know, like Corey and I say, man, hard work is for suckers. That's the first thing.
Yep.
Yep.
But Kamari, to your question, though, it's interesting. I think this topic is interesting because it's like two parts of this, right? So sports itself has a culture, right?
Right.
So
Correct.
it's going to be part of her jacket as it pertains to like sports history and sports culture. But what I'm impressed with is, you know, I was having this conversation with Monica. I said I thought a lot about this, probably way too much. I didn't really share my thoughts on social media because people are crazy.
We'll share them now.
No. What I was saying is, it's funny because from a sports standpoint, it's going to sit on her jacket. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, what is sports but games of amusement? She made the decision that was best for her life. And what these kids are realizing is that celebrity, sports, entertainment, media, like that's not what matters. What matters is happiness. So when she made that decision, I'm pretty sure she had handlers and people that were talking to her like, well, you know, if you do this, these are the repercussions. And she still made that decision, which is somewhat courageous.
She was like, all right.
She knows what's going to come on the back end of that because of sports culture.
Yep.
Right. And I mean, Naomi has done it a couple times, right? I mean, so she I don't want to say it was Wimbledon, but it was one of the big tournaments.
It was Wimbledon.
It was Wimbledon. She said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I'm not mad at that.
So
She's like, if I can't, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, just speaking a little from sports culture, I'm not by any means a full-on athlete, but
Hey Tracy,
I definitely have.
I hate to interrupt, but that butter is just interrupting my thought pattern. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that thing's saucy. That girl's saucy.
It's like butter, baby.
Listen, I do need a ride though. I just want to feel like what rich black folks, you know, do.
That girl's saucy.
I can't. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Listen.
like a charcuterie board whip.
Listen, I'm using the stiff neck hair, you know, but that butter just did something to me. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that, but yes.
All right, go ahead, Tracy. I'm sorry.
But my comment was just to kind of speak to a little bit more about sports culture. I mean, like I said, I'm not an athlete, and somebody that I would ever claim it, but I definitely was athlete adjacent, doing swimming trials with PDR, competing for Junior Olympics, had a lot of Junior Olympics and Olympians that came from the Philadelphia team, as a lot of you who've ever watched whatever the name of the movie is. I can't remember the name of the movie that came out of the team from PDR. I forget what it's called, but I'll remember in a second. But the culture is always to push yourself further to the next level and the next limit. It's also because of the Olympics as well, and Wimbledon and different things. These tournaments are cyclical. So 4 years, 2 years, whatever. So you're taking all of this time to prepare your mind, your bodies, your instincts to make sure that everything is flawless and you can literally do it in your sleep without actually activating anything about your body that it senses enough to do it on its own. So for her to have done all of that preparation and get to the trials and feel like I'm not here, my mind and my body aren't in sync because I have too many things going on up here. I'm not sure if a lot of y'all even knew a lot of the stories that came out with Simone specifically about some of the sexual assault that came from her doctor/coaching team. That head trip, when you're in those arenas and you're seeing some of the coaching staff that was probably available, that probably knew about what was going on with you, seeing the doctors and the coaches who were actually in the room and knew about the sexual assault that was happening for your entire team, seeing your teammates who were still there, either supporting or also in the arena with you, still trying to push through after dealing with that. That's a head trip that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. So for her to be able to stand up and say, I am not going to go with the social norm, because I need to really, really take care of my own mental health because my body is telling me it's not in sync. That is an absolute amazing feat, especially with her knowing where she is in the Olympics. At her age bracket, she probably will not be able to come back and compete in that same arena at that level. So I get it. In this conversation, I am loving that this generation is prioritizing mental health, prioritizing happiness, and breaking from the norm that I believe was done by some of the boomer generation that brought it down to Generation X and Generation Xennial, where we feel like gotta hustle, gotta get it done, gotta do it better, gotta do it faster, gotta do it even if it's in the rain, in the sleet, in the hail, in the snow, and you have to be there even if your counterparts are not. I love them for breaking that mold by saying we are equal enough that I can tell you I'm not doing it.
Facts.
Yeah, I ain't nothing to argue with this.
You muted, Kamari.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Why can't we hear you?
Come
We
on.
still can't hear you.
Faux
There
pas.
you are.
What I was going to say, Tracy, is that it wasn't just the boomers, though. A lot of that is a straight byproduct of slavery or enslavement,
Yeah.
to be correct. But no, I say that to say because a lot of us feel that enslavement doesn't matter because it's just so old and it was so long ago and it doesn't matter anymore. It's like, no, it still matters.
Absolutely.
It still matters. So,
We still eating stuff because of slavery.
Oh.
no, but you're cool with it as long as it's on a charcuterie board. Did I say that right?
Let me be clear.
So
Let me be clear. Pork was served during the slavery times. It was the scraps that were given to the slaves. But pork was always a delicacy depending on how it was prepared. So it was never something that was faux pas to just not eat. We just be eating the wrong stuff.
Hey, listen, we just giving you a hard time, Tracy.
But now, did y'all hear how she came to defend the hog?
Yeah,
It's not about the hog.
She's not defending the hog. She's defending wine and charcuterie boards.
Yeah, she don't want no parts of the
narrow. But there's no chitterlings on a charcuterie board. So
hello.
But wait a minute. Wait. All right. Here's a question. There are chitterlings, well, chitlins, right, to be proper, that are done gourmet style. Do they make it to the?
But they're not going to be on
board?
our board.
Deconstructed chillins.
No, we ain't deconstructing that. We not doing that. We just not doing that.
A couple of years ago had a dinner party and she had chitlins on toothpicks and she had a little dipping sauce of vinegar and hot sauce.
Whose party is this?
Yeah, I was gonna say who did
Tara
that?
Jones a couple of years ago, maybe 7 to 10 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So again, I mean, people do, but they're not going to be on it's not appropriate. Charcuterie boards have dried meats and dried, and most times if they have it's going to be it's cured. I should say cured.
It can't be wet meat. No wet meat. Pause.
Yeah. Anyway, no, so it's going to be like your harder, your cured, your salamis, your capicola, your prosciutto.
Damn, all parts of the pig.
Absolutely. And
hey,
then
listen, man.
Your harder cheese, you have soft cheeses, and you're going to have some dry fruits, and you're going to have some jams or spreads.
Listen, we gonna get this black bougie culture today, y'all.
I mean, speaking of cook, Tracy got me over here jealous. She got the buttery season. Now that cake looks amazing, by the way.
Wait, you got a cupcake? I've been
asking. Where are you coming from? That cupcake looks fire.
Yo,
I told you, my godmother's birthday was today, so I'm literally sitting outside of their house, and they just sang happy birthday and gave me a cupcake.
Man, that cupcake is fire.
Listen, shout out Black
New Orleans thing, so.
Shout out to Black Family Functions.
Shout out to being invited to the cookout, literally.
Yes.
Yes. Literally. It literally was the cookout.
That's dope. All right. So I got a question. We've been having this debate in the chats. And so I want to ask y'all all a question because I got my teeth kicked in by the team over the weekend because I didn't have a take or an opinion on a certain topic. Everybody thought I was an idiot for not having an opinion or take on
Yeah, this opinion. You're not an idiot, but that opinion was idiotic.
Do you have the picture? Do you have the meme?
Pull up the picture,
it.
Kamari.
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Bring it up.
Give me one.
I can't wait to see what Don specifically has to say about this.
Don, come on,
No,
Don.
I think everybody's gonna have commentary on this.
No, but I want to hear Don specific. I know Don is going to feel some type of way about this meme.
He's gonna feel some way. All right, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, you ready to go, huh?
Yeah, man. Because
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
What is going on with this?
I got bars for this, and it's for for people who can't. So I give instructions when people come to my cookouts. You know what the instructions are?
What are the instructions?
It's one instruction.
Leave your white friends at home.
All right, but Corey, what if I got a white wife or a white concubine?
Don't come.
I can't bring my white concubine.
Don't come.
So my folks not.
Wait, hold on. Something you want to tell us, bro?
I'm out.
Yeah, let's pause that real quick. Like, what's popping? Like, Karen over there, something you want to tell us?
Nah, I got a Rachel. Ain't that her name? The one that thought she was white, he was black. Yeah, her.
Don't bring it. I don't want it. Yeah, not to my crib.
Okay. All right.
Hey Don, man, I know you watching. Don't let me down. When Kamari shows you this ridiculous meme, I need you to give your honest opinion.
Simple meme.
All right, here we go. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, man.
All right, so let's read it. A graduate is 10 times better than a millionaire with no degree. And listen, so at some point, these videos, these weekly town hall meetings will be on audio. So I just want to give it, a description. So on one side is a lady with a graduate's degree. I think that's a graduate degree. And then another side is a young brother with his cap and gown. So it's a very interesting picture, to say the least. So go ahead, Corey. I know you ready to go.
Yo, man, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like on a scale of 1 to stupid as hell, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. You mean to tell me that a graduate, any graduate, is better than somebody who has $1 million? That is the dumbest shit in the history of world history.
Listen, I'll say this. I would rather have 10 black teachers than one Nino Brown any day.
If Nino Brown has resources that can feed those teachers, have knowledge. And I'm not saying that they're not important. I'm a teacher. I'm not saying that at all. But resources are always going to be more important than a degree. Resources are always going to be more important than a degree.
Listen, man,
the degree doesn't mean anything. It's what you do with the degree. I know 90% of the people I know that graduated from college aren't doing anything with the degree they did have, and they don't have millions of dollars.
Let me tell you something.
Nino Browns that got millions of dollars that do nothing for the black community.
Let me tell you something, man. Degrees don't keep you warm at night. Double entendre. Don't even ask me how.
Yeah.
The fact is, that person right there who graduated from college is probably going to go work for the other person that has no degree but has the chicken. Yeah. I mean, resources. You need resources to do anything, right? I dare you to call your mortgage company and tell them I have a college degree. Let's see how that works out.
Facts. Don did weigh in, guys.
But all right, I'm coming to you, Don. But listen, is the only way of being a value of money? Are you telling me that our teachers are just relegated to the dollars and cents?
No, they said better.
Let me finish.
Better than having millions of dollars.
Well, wait a minute, let me finish. So you mean to tell me our teachers are just relegated to dollars and cents?
Is it better to have a degree or millions of dollars? That's what the meme is asking.
Right, but in order to be a teacher in most states, you need a degree.
No, so you're limited to one degree. I'm talking about any stinking degree.
I'm going to listen. We can go to doctors. We can go to lawyers. Right? You mean to tell me
we need professional people for
10
sure.
Black lawyers are not better than one Nino Brown?
So
we need to get.
Are we gonna talk
about? Are we going to limit millionaires to Nino Brown?
Yeah, true.
Why not?
Are we limiting millionaires?
So hold on. Let me find Don's commentary.
And then follow it up with Monica. Monica came with the heat. Hi, Monica.
I was
All
gonna
right, so
say,
hold
I
on.
was like, are we gonna discuss that? How can we
Yeah.
just discuss how the educational system was built to create better employees?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
That part.
Woohoo!
Because
Hold on.
having a
Let's go to Latoya.
degree,
Let's go to Latoya. That meme is Goofy and Elitist is AF. Y'all know what AF is, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know what AF is, you can't come to the cookout.
Yeah. How about that?
but like to further like elaborate on the point, my concern is education and different things to help you pretty much itemize what it is and how it is, or the arena that you want to have your focus of study or focus of interest is one thing, but the educational system is built to create employees who can work well within the system already created by those who have their own businesses and their own systems. But someone
Uh,
who has capital and someone who can create their own reality and their own systems and their own businesses will completely be able to not only generate income for themselves, generational wealth for their families, but also other people can now be employed by that system. So I
Potentially.
think we need to really make sure that we understand the dichotomy of each of those dynamics. I think you need both. I do think you need to be educated when you have money or you'll just squander it.
For sure.
But I do think at the end of the day, one really is not okay without the other.
No, that's not true.
I think sometimes college gets in the way of our education, though.
Man, I was about to go. I'm ready to go there.
So because
All
getting back to the conversation about societal norms and these degrees, you know what I mean? Like, and all of us up here have a degree, so we're speaking from that standpoint. But I'm pretty sure all of us have had a class where you're just sitting there and your teacher is reading literally from a book. Like, I don't need you. I don't need you for that. Like, and a lot of times we put so much value on that degree that it can get in the way of your education. Some of our highly educated folks don't have college degrees, and a college degree doesn't guarantee you anything. In our community, for the most part, it guarantees you debt across the board. Not everybody, but across the board. Some of us don't have that. But the fact of the matter is, you need resources to do everything.
Right.
I'll give you an example. One time I had the privilege. I was in a meeting with Michael Milken, right? And he told a story about having a college degree. He went to Penn, and his roommate has the same degree, and his roommate was literally homeless, right? He thought because he had that degree from Penn that everybody's going to throw him jobs. He would have money that's coming flying at him, and that just wasn't the case. Because it takes more than even a degree. So your degree doesn't guarantee you anything at all. I know a lot of people with degrees who work menial jobs right now in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I would say this as an attorney, as a law school. I mean, like, I went to law school. I could not be an attorney when I went to law school. Like, after I graduated, I had no idea how to follow anything. I couldn't follow a thing at all. And I mean, and that is honestly, like, paralegals are actually more functional in the legal space than we are as attorneys. And so I think that goes directly to the point about education and experience, and education and degrees not being the be all end all. And I know people who have law degrees that don't practice law, and they're actually way more profitable too.
Yep.
All right, let's jump in these comments real quick, y'all.
I got one more comment on that. There's nothing that is taught on a college campus that can't be taught somewhere else.
Normalize black millionaires,
right? Like, there's nothing that can be. There's nothing that's taught on college campuses that can't be taught somewhere else.
Hey, Courtney, what Courtney tell you the other day? We got more degrees right now than we've ever had, but no wealth.
Yes, that was in our private group chat.
Because they moved the line because they got the resources.
Correct.
Great point. There you go.
We got a
But anyway, go ahead.
He who has the goal. No, man, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Make
sure. All right. Willis says, yo, I had two Zoom meetings back to back from 4 to 6 and forgot about you all this evening. I'm late. Good evening. Listen, better late than never, Willis.
Yeah, what's going on,
Willis?
That's our brother.
Good to see you.
All right. We hit this already. What math we doing these days? That's that new math.
They Thank you, Don. And I immediately thought of Don when I saw the meme. I said, Don will cook
Yeah,
this week.
he's going to splatter this all over the place.
All right, so Jose said this is ridiculous. One ain't better than the other. The other thing is, I know plenty of folk who graduated from college and can barely support themselves. Shaq had no degree before he brought his first business outside of his MBA checks. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come to Monica. I can do nothing with my million and let it work for me. I can do nothing with my million and let it work for me. If I do nothing with my degree, it's worthless. Bars.
Fact.
I am a member and president
Come on,
of Monica
Monica.
Williams fan club. Like I want like the president,
Sermon on a Sunday.
but
All right, so Don,
such your fan.
Don Johnson says having resources can truly change our community. Degrees are great, but they only want more than the needle. Not sure about the last part.
Normalize making money being lazy.
Move the needle. Move.
Yeah.
Did that say move the needle? Okay, thank you.
Just a typo.
No, I got it. Y'all know I'm just reading, so sometimes I don't have time to process.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. All right, so y'all don't like the meme. All right, so my jury, my personal jury is still out because I don't know what the hell they was talking about. That's why I was like, I need context.
Yo, he's
contrarian, man.
You only play dumb on TV, yo. You know what they talk about.
You know exactly what they listen.
I really don't know what they're talking about.
You've been on social media enough to know exactly what they're talking about. You can play lawyer.
You know that.
You should have been the attorney.
Hold on. So yeah, and Courtney will tell you, I'm like, I have no freaking idea what the hell they're talking about. And yes, after I sit and process it and like really think about it, most of it's goofy. 99.99999% of the stuff I did is goofy as hell.
Because here's what I know. What I know about online culture, talk about culture. You have to be far one way or far the other way. There is no nuance. There is no in between. So when people make memes and say stuff, they're like so far on the other way. That was like a, anti-LLC Twitter type tweet. That's what that was. Right.
You know what
I mean? Because there's somebody from LLC Twitter would have wrote the same thing and just flipped it. Because that's what you do online.
That's stupid as hell too.
All right, so Lance says, I don't know that I would have gone to college if I knew then what I know now.
Absolutely. I would have done it differently. I mean, I could say that I will say as being my third generation college, my family is not going to play those games, but I would have done it differently. I would have, honest to goodness, because I really want to be an attorney. I've always wanted to be an attorney since I was 5 years old. So I would need to go to get my undergrad. I would still have to go to law school, but I would have done it completely differently. I will say that. I would have allowed my business endeavors to pay for my education. I would have just done it differently.
So one of the things that I probably will say is for Black and brown children, we do need the rite of passage that is presented by college. I do believe that taking them out of their communities and dropping them into a campus life, learning how to fend for yourself, make friends, get things done, work in a capacity where you're utilizing your resources is important. But as far as it being necessary, an emphasis on it being necessary to survive, not so much. There's so many other ways that still should be held in high regard that our community doesn't recognize, like trades, as well as other things that can be done that still can make you a millionaire.
Yeah. And for me, I think that I probably, I guess kind of like Courtney's point, would have went about it different, if at all, right? So the schools that I went to and the environment I grew up in, like it wasn't even a question of whether you were going to college. It's just where you're going. Not whether you're going, but where you're going.
Yep. Right.
But even with that being said, the generations before me and my family, most of them didn't go to college. And they didn't have the knowledge of even how to apply for certain programs or certain grants or get certain scholarships. Like there was no strategic plan. And it was like, here's the money we have and whatever else you're going to get a loan. Like that was just it.
Right.
So from what I know now, I'll probably be more strategic. And I might not have gone, to be honest with you. I might not have gone, but that's hard to say. Like hindsight is 2020. Like what I know now in terms of like, certain neighborhoods and certain stocks, I wouldn't have had to go in. I'd have been making that meme and talking dirty to y'all people with college degrees, but it's all about experience, though.
Yeah, definitely experience. The cost and the burden of it, I think, should be dealt with differently, and that conversation should definitely be different. But I mean, there was downright went to Drexel in the mid '90s and literally bought duplexes around the campus, put me in the duplex to quote unquote manage it, and literally just let it sit there to finish college. Like, if you just think about that concept of how that building and generating wealth from now till then literally can wipe out your college cost, and it not be a burden that you got to hang over your head as you go into the next phase of your life, completely changes how you go and do college and how you see it afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So listen, everybody, you're watching the Black Wealth Project. We are here every week at 7 p.m., every Sunday to be exact, at 7 p.m. And we love to have great, thought-provoking, deep, no commercial, no soundbite conversations. We love to have deep, meaningful conversations. So do us a favor. Make sure y'all set the reminder for next Sunday at 7 p.m. And also tell a friend and tell a friend and tell another friend. So let's get back to the cookout, because these are all cookout topics, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anybody that now we know we said no 6 Fs at the cookout. We know we said some of the quote unquote traders that love the 6 Fs more than black folks are not allowed either. Is there anybody else who's not allowed?
I think Jose's comment covered it earlier. It was the early comment, like, kind of come for the community. You can't come unless you own up to whatever you did and you clean it up, and you're actually remorseful for what you did. I think those. I mean, so basically, Kanye. I love Kanye. I'm a huge Kanye fan. Like, I love me some Kanye, but Kanye, you gotta clean up some stuff, sir. You can't come to the cookout. I'm not even making you the coke plate. You can't come.
Judge Joe Brown coming to the cookout.
What he been up to? Has he been cutting?
He the one who was defending Cosby.
Well, technically, he didn't defend Cosby. He was talking about the rule of law.
Yeah.
He was actually right, but I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole other sensitive conversation.
It is a sensitive conversation.
But I mean, for me, I don't. I just, like I said, I only got one rule, so it ain't really that deep. Now you can come to the cookout acting crazy. You know how people get jumped at the cookout, so you can come and act crazy if you want.
Hey, listen. If there's no fight at the cookout, then no.
Like what cookout you ever been to that ain't nobody getting to no.
Listen, if you ain't got an Aunt Bunny,
you ain't got no drunk uncles that fight. Like, what's wrong with you?
Nah, I am not.
Yo, Courtney's face is classic.
Yeah, like, yo, where y'all been at?
Listen, if you don't break up a fight, the cookout wasn't fun.
Yeah, man, people ain't having enough to drink.
No.
If you ain't breaking up a fight, people ain't have enough to drink.
Come on, Courtney. All right, Courtney. I ain't trying to pick on you, but you put it out there. So you ain't got no drunk uncles or drunk aunties that's drink they 40s, they winos, they crack addicts, and they ain't never gotten no fight at a cookout?
No,
never?
No, not that no. And I mean, so here's the thing, and this is a funny thing about families and lineage, is that my father's mother and that crew, they all used to do that. So my parents were like,
wait a minute. That crew? They your family.
Because they drank a lot, they smoked, they all passed away early. So by the time I was of age at cookouts where we would all be together, they weren't there because their livers were gone and all kinds of other issues. I'm being serious.
Hey, listen, they probably have fun lives though. They probably have more fun than some folks who live to 100.
Absolutely. But I think here's my thing is that, so you asked me, have you ever been to a cookout where no, because my dad's generation was like, no, we don't drink like that because we saw what it did, and they just don't. And my mom and my mom's family's not drinkers, so
no arguments, no cuffs, like. What fun is that?
Listen, man, I've been to
nobody fighting over dominoes. Nobody fighting over the stage table.
what I will say, most of the time in family cookout, like our family, the smaller family is more of my bougie family, but we have big family cookouts. You get everything. You get the hoteps. You get the people that spend time in Kensington every day. You get the drunks. You get the bougies. It's literally like, but it's also proof that like black folks are not a monolith, man. We come
Not
from
at all
for life, man. Like, and they all in the family,
man.
Question for the audience. Question for the audience. Do y'all have any favorite uncles and aunts that are drunks or winos or crack addicts? Have y'all ever had a fight at y'all family cookout? I'm really curious to see. Throw it in the chat, y'all. Man,
But
listen.
my experience is similar to Courtney's. Like my dad's side of the family is off the chain. Like they're Baltimore, North Avenue all day and all night.
Okay.
And come through with all of that, and it's everybody hide the liquor because gonna act up and we can't have him acting up. But that's not the arena that I grew up in and that my nucleus of my family wanted me around. So I grew up mostly around my mother's side of the
Charcuterie
family,
boards.
which was
You grew up around charcuterie boards.
which was a little bit more upper echelon and a lot more of the bourgeois.
Oh, that's what we call them, bougie now.
So I learned both because there were a few summers that I spent in Baltimore, but it wasn't a culture that was like, this is what happens at the cookout. I was like, nah, I know if I go to this cookout or I go to this family members or I go to this neighborhood cookout, I'm going to experience that. So if that's not really what I'm trying to do for this, cookout season, I want to go where I know.
Man, listen. Let me share this quick story real quick, right? So last year, my family, I lost 2 aunts and an uncle last year, and we were not able to have a memorial service / cookout, not cookout / funeral last year. So this year, my family had the bright idea of doing the memorial service about a week or 2 ago, and they wanted me to be the MC. So cool, I'm the MC. And then guess what I start talking about? All the fights that my family has. Like we've had fights at funerals. We've had fights at weddings. We've had fights at baby showers. So I guess I'm from a traumatic area, and you guys grow way better than me.
Man, listen. How do you know somebody love you if they don't punch you in the face? No, I'm just listen. It was a joke. Listen,
is that you? I mean, you.
No. But listen, my uncles. Listen, when my uncles and my cousins get together, they start shooting dice. If somebody lose too much money, it's going to be a fight. If we playing dominoes and somebody lose, it's going to be a fight. If somebody playing spades, and the wrong team lose, it's going to be a fight.
It's pinochle. It's pinochle with my family.
Pinochle. It don't matter what game it is. It's sore losers in every game.
Every game.
Yep.
And it's going down.
I don't want to come
in. Anytime the games come out, anytime the games come out and there's liquor, it's time to wrap the party up. The wrap up box start going.
Games in the house.
So here's my question: do you guys put your cold salads on ice, or do you just
depends on who house it is, right? Because if it's at my house, if it's at my house, I'm putting the salads outside, right? And I'm putting them inside the things that you put the drinks in. Those things. The the sternums in the cooler.
No, he said the drinks.
Tracking in and out my crib. But if we go to somebody else's house, I know a lot of people who leave that stuff in the refrigerator.
Right.
When is the Black Wealth Project cookout?
Oh, listen. I'm seeing Meg Thee Stallion with like $180. I'm seeing Wallow and Gilly with a massive turnout, and all I can think about, man, and this is no shade, is Super Spreader. Yeah, all I can think about is.
Did you see the Lollapalooza crowd?
The Lollapalooza crowd.
That thing gave me anxiety.
That was nuts.
Yeah, I'm not even anxious. My anxiety was through the roof looking at y'all.
I'll be honest. I am not in a hurry unless I love y'all. I want to meet y'all. I want to hug y'all, dap y'all up. But I'm not really in a hurry to really gather with a whole bunch of people right now. Just because I love my life. And like I said, I got people close that got COVID right now. So
Yeah,
You know,
man.
it's
real
not.
out here.
It's not a game. Many of us think it's a game, but y'all see a large majority of the people that are dying are those who are unvaccinated, and
Yeah.
we are starting to see people who are vaxxed that are coming back dying from COVID as well. So it's like it's crazy out here. But let's get to Miss Vivian's comment. All right. So Ms. Vivian said the meme is meaningless. Some memes are made to cause distraction, focusing on nonsense and being oblivious to real life issues. Facts. I agree. I agree. All right. So Monica says the questionable relatives that we call funny or off. We all know who she's talking about too. If you don't know that, you don't belong to Cookout, by the way. That have no business around the kids and the family.
They the ones with all the kids. Those the ones with all the kids. Those the ones who got 6 kids and 4 baby daddies.
Well, hold on, but no one wants to talk about it. There are a lot of them like that, Corey.
No, I'm saying, or it's your cousin who got 5 kids by 5 different chicks, or your other cousin who got 6 kids by 4 different babies. Like they, you know what I mean? Like they there. Those the ones. That's the off ones.
And that's the crazy part, right? When you grow up, like you realize like how mental health really does affect our community.
Oh yeah.
In virtue, I sit back and think now, like, you know, grandma told me, oh no, he just a little off. Don't worry about him. I'm like, he needed help. Like, but as a family, we just say, no, he a little off. But now I'm an adult, like, yo, he really needed help.
Like, he really needed help. And I think that's something that I really, and again, I said that about my grandmother's generation. My grandmother's generation self-medicated. Like they just did. I didn't know.
Listen, we still self-medicating.
Absolutely. But I mean, but I think that's kind of my dad's generation looked at it, was like, no, we don't want that. But more specifically, is my grandmother suffered from depression, you know, and nobody really understood that. So she, you know, she self-medicated, and she used to turn, like we would talk about people fighting and turning places out. She used to turn places out. Turn it out. Like I still hear stories about her, and she died in like 93, and I still hear crazy stories about her turning places out. So again, and I don't have any of that temper in me. Yeah.
Listen, a party ain't a party till it's ran all through.
Okay, with the queen pin.
Queen pin. Pushing back on that, Courtney.
Huh?
Tracy pushing back on what you just said. You don't have that temper.
I don't.
Tracy knows you say malarkey. Malarkey, that is.
Y'all ain't seen Courtney turn up. Me and Tracy have. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing else.
That's all I'm gonna say. Nothing else.
I ain't saying nothing else. Now, Don, listen. Since I love you, brother, I'm gonna put this up, but I really don't want to put this up. I'm gonna put it up, and I will say, hell no, he's not. But I can't speak for everybody else.
No.
Oh, he can come. I got bars for him. He can come on through.
You will come to put him on the spades table.
Yeah, we gonna put him with the crazy. Come on.
Now, listen.
Come on.
That was so. Out of respect to whoever's house I'm at, I'm probably not going to engage him because it's not going to go.
See, y'all don't like confrontation. See, I'm a whole different breed. I love confrontation.
No,
because that's how things begin or end. Like either we can get it started or we can end it all right there because I'm gonna confront it head on.
Yeah.
So you're going to ask him, hey, how do you define you a high value man? And are you one yourself really? And he's going to be like, yeah, I am. But you've been divorced all these times and you ain't got no credentials.
If we gonna go there, we're gonna go all the way there. We're gonna go everywhere he want to go.
All right, let's what he says.
My first question to him will be, do you like women?
Ooh. I don't see. I wouldn't, man. See,
I don't have no question. I want to sit back and see how many women will come to the cookout just to like talk to him and have them get psychoanalyzed by him.
Jimmy,
that's the shocking part.
That's a fact.
But see, my thing is the first time he talk dirty to the wrong person at the cookout, he gonna get punched in his grill. So none of that's going to
the bigger question is why are folks like if he's that problematic, and I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying why they gotta like he finds people to talk to all the time. So there are other issues we got to deal with.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Agreed. But
all right,
I don't need a gay man to tell me.
Hey, yo.
Allegedly. Listen, the comments of the commentary of Tracy is that of hers and not that of the Blackwell Project LLC.
It's mine too. I claim that also.
Okay. The commentary of Courtney.
I'm in the
Courtney
car.
Richardson.
I'm in the car, y'all.
The
I'm in the car.
commentary of Courtney Richardson is not that of the Blackwell Project. I know you the lawyer, but I ain't got time to get sued. Really
I don't care.
Yo, Tracy sounded like she had a couple Merlots.
and a couple cupcakes on top of it. So, she nice.
They made punch.
Okay, Tracy.
All right. Jose says, I've never been to a cookout where there wasn't violence. Derby Day ain't a cookout as such. So it's not where they get it, shake it at.
Derby Day is not a cookout.
Man, listen.
Not go.
It go down.
No.
It
Down.
goes down.
All the way down.
That's
That's
because
That's because they drink wild drink over 30.
they still banging that jungle juice down.
Right?
So, yes.
Your uncle still drinking Thunderbird at 83.
I will say this though, right? If he did come, and y'all know who him is, I'm gonna be with Jimmy, and I'm gonna get me some jungle juice, and I'm just sipping on my business and
There you
watching
go.
what happens. All right, Karan, what's up, man? Man, my niece beat some girl up at my wedding after party.
Zion.
So,
Yo, your knees a G.
so
What,
there
though?
it is. There it is,
what?
y'all. There it is. Nah, there's a statute of limitations over. Don't give up the info. What's up, JT? How you doing? Congratulations on the 25K, man. Your channel just won't stop growing, I see.
Yeah, it went crazy. 25. Sheesh.
Yeah, right.
All right, so JT says no fights. My family normally hosts at our house. It wasn't going down. Hold on. What's that? Maybe at the after party away from the kids. Listen, man, when I was growing up, they didn't care if kids were around or not.
They definitely didn't.
Man,
They definitely didn't.
I've been to funerals where it goes down.
Oh, that's the number one place where it go down.
Now that is someplace I will definitely say I have seen some altercations at the family funerals.
Okay.
That's the number one place.
At the cookouts, no, but funerals, that's where they get it.
Cookouts, funerals, graduations, baby showers.
Never seen
Yeah.
it, but definitely funerals.
That's one place I haven't seen too much violence.
What's that?
Baby showers.
Mm.
No, not saying it don't go down. My personal experience.
I'm with you.
All right, Jose says I've seen aunts cut people at the cookout. Damn, auntie. I've seen shootouts at cookouts.
Yeah, man.
I'm
not proud of that, but I've definitely seen all of those things too.
And we got plenty of drinks and addicts in my family. Yep. All right, so Jose, listen, this is a great idea. I won't be there though. I'm just saying.
You're not.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Small cookout or something, man.
Listen, can I come in? All right, if I come, I'm coming in my hazmat suit. And here's the problem. If I come in my hazmat suit, it's August. It's going to be hot as a dickens. I'm probably pass out. And then here's the thing. Is Tracy and Courtney going to only people that bring the charcuterie boards? Or is it like a mandatory thing now?
Yeah, he just won't let it go.
No, that's hilarious.
I mean,
And I'm trying to get the flow of actually saying that really proper gourmet term. Because I ain't got none of that, y'all.
I'm not bringing one to a cookout. A garden party, yeah.
It's for a garden party. You forgot. It's a garden party.
It's for garden parties and not cookouts, man.
Got it.
No.
Got it. All right.
We want burgers and ribs and hot dogs, burnt hot dogs.
Yeah.
No glizzies.
No glizzies. All right.
So
So
wait, what did you say?
Never mind. Let's keep it moving. Never mind.
Wow. That was jump wild out.
all right. So Latoya says he hates women. That's my theory. All right.
Yes, he does, Latoya.
Because some women are so prone to believe anything raggedy as long as it comes from a penis, even if it's a closeted gay one.
Damn.
But hold on, Latoya.
Pouring his life away.
And Courtney.
Man.
It's not just women who rock with this dude. There's dudes who rock with him too. And what they all say to me,
I think they are questionable too.
well, hey, but what they all say to me, what they all say is that what they say is that you've only listened to the sound bites, the snippets.
Man, listen.
And I'm like, listen, this man intentionally tries to embarrass black women. I don't need to spend all my time watching this stuff. Like
Man,
when he
listen.
called that sister linebacker, and if we really trying to have a dialogue and breakthrough, how is that useful? Like
It's
in
not.
that spread,
It's not.
Listen, so what it does is it gets attention. So that's why I don't even want to talk about it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Boy, that's why I don't even mention boy name. I don't even, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
She can come to my cookout and get talked about because my family gonna talk dirty about her.
She apologized now. Remember, she tried to.
Ain't no apologies for all that. Man, well, listen, you can apologize all you want. My family not accepting that apology.
Find that clip, Jim. I ain't see that.
She did.
It was on Twitter. It was on Twitter. I didn't see
and
a video.
apologized all emotionally.
Yeah, she said
she got let down after she let Nas down.
After she realized they wasn't letting her to their barbecue because they don't have cookouts, they have barbecues. They wasn't letting her to the barbecue, so she tried to apologize and get back to the cookout. Yo, shout out to the cookout! Shout out to the Cookout Alliance on Big Brother. I'm watching right now. You got the black folks working together, but that's either you know that.
That may be the only reason KS gets away with what he says. Oh, because of those vibes. All right, maybe.
Hey, that might be something to it.
Yeah, maybe.
No, thank you.
All right.
Black women is not having it, and I don't blame them.
So let's talk about real quick before we get out of here, right? The proverbial cookout. Sometimes we get banned and we shouldn't. What happened to Chrisette Michelle? She got banned from the cookout.
That is a travesty against humanity.
Yeah,
she played herself, but everybody else got grace and she didn't, and that's foul.
Because we don't give black women grace,
and that's true. That's true.
And here's the other thing: she was also notified, like she was advised that this was not a very good move for her career.
Yeah, but listen,
everybody else get notified too and still be doing stuff like there should be a way, there should be a path back, right? Because she did one performance. We got people out here that been acting a stone cold donkey for 20 years. They'd be getting all.
Listen, Kanye called the Orange Monkey his daddy, and we ain't exiled him from the cookout at all. But Chrisette gets banned for one occurrence.
Yeah.
That seems
so
kind of.
I'm gonna add a little spice to this, and I'm gonna push.
Oh, and by the way, Kanye was warned by multiple people.
No, absolutely.
Did Chrisette Michelle make the college dropout?
You gotta
so
know
is
your
that a money
lane.
thing? It's a money thing.
It's not about a money thing.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. Listen, man. You know, when I was a kid, my grandmother told me that the best investment you can make is being nice to people, and it'll pay you the best dividends. Because when you're nice to people, sometimes you get the benefit of the doubt. I would like to add to that: when you're extraordinary at something, you get the benefit of the doubt.
It's the same. It's the same benefit.
It's the same benefit, right? So because he made the college dropout and late registration, people are willing to give him the benefit. I mean, Chrisette didn't give us no classic albums. I mean, if she did, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that
Stacey Dash is still getting love off of something that she did in the 80s. She's still getting off of love from Slater and Skeeter and them and whatever the hell that was.
Hey, listen, man,
that wasn't her movie.
I know. Like you don't like to hear this, but like your guy Jay-Z does some things that are questionable, right?
He always gets the benefit of the doubt because he did.
But he made reasonable doubt in the Black Album, though. So I mean, that's just a fact. It is what it is, though. I'm not saying it's right, but when you're extraordinary at something, you get the benefit of the doubt. I mean, not that Chrisette Michelle doesn't have talent, but I mean, where's her college dropout?
Chrisette was still gaining her notoriety. And in her gaining and climbing that ladder of notoriety, she took a move that was a risk that she thought was going to pay out well. It didn't.
Well, it did pay out. And I think that's the other thing is that she, at the time, from what I remember, she wasn't actually really bringing that much in. And she got paid pretty handsomely.
She got paid $250,000. I mean, $750,000.
She got paid pretty handsomely.
No.
She said it
when I say pay out well, I meant as far as notoriety is concerned.
I don't think she was going for notoriety, though. I think she was really going for pay.
I think she was going for both. I think she was trying to get to a place where she was fairly a household name and that she could be in the Jill Scott arenas and all these other places. I'm not saying that one event was going to make her Jill Scott level, but I think that was one of her rungs on the ladder of trying to get to that space, and it did not. It did not work out.
Tracy, let's say you're 100% right about that. Why hasn't she been able to get back? Like my thing is, it's not
she didn't because she didn't have the cultural capital to begin with. If Beyonce,
I understand that. I'm not disagreeing with her cultural capital. We all know that Chrisette Michele was a mid-level, entertainer.
Yeah.
She's mid, right? But that's not. We're not talking about her.
Gonzaga.
Yeah. Right. She's not a. We're not talking about that, right? I don't want to talk about her in any kind of derogatory way. All I'm saying is that where's her grace? Like, why can't she go perform in front of crowds and get some kind of traction, right? Because she had a base following, and right now she's still not getting no love. It's 5 years later. That was in 2016. It's almost 22. Like that's a long grudge against somebody.
All the Black Trump people are getting love except for her, and she's
because she still hasn't given us the quote unquote college drop. But you have to work your way through it. If she dropped something that was amazing, again, folks will start to forget about that. You gotta have that cultural capital, whether you got it beforehand or afterhand.
And I want you to also understand, she got to get a new management team. She got to reinvent herself now. That's not all on the community.
Yeah, she got to redo her marketing. She definitely got to redo her marketing.
She has been reinventing herself. I have been watching her. I actually really like her. So I have been watching, and I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing there. She hasn't quite made some serious moves, but I see that she's building up to it. And I think she's dope. Like, she's still
I know that she deserves a second chance with all of the ragamuffins and BS people we give chances to.
Man, when you drop fire, people will ignore some of your nonsense when you give them and that's what it really boils down to. It's about your work.
Absolute facts. That fact is not in dispute at all. We
just need a reason to forget it.
Yeah, somebody whoever said that was right on it. That was right.
Look at that man in Chicago whose name we shall not say. Put it like this: the reason he was able to get away with that for so long,
because he was probably the top R&B artist over the last 30 years.
Man, he was in position for the GOAT talk. But my point is that's why he was able to do that. People will turn a blind eye if you're giving them what they like in terms of art. Anyway,
Lance says Chrisette's first album is fire. Slept on. I agree with that. Her first album.
I agree with that.
And Jose said Chrisette can come to his cookout.
Oh, for sure.
Sounds like Jose trying to angle something. That's what he's trying.
Yeah,
he trying to get Jose got a schoolgirl crush.
Yeah, he trying to get the charcuterie.
I ain't mad at him. Chrisette's a cutie. Chrisette is welcome anytime. All right.
Sure.
Gotcha. All right. Well, this was a lively one, y'all.
Man, this feels so much better than last week, even though last week was necessary.
We needed this, man.
You brought it. Y'all brought it up. So why is it better this week versus last week?
Because this was more lighthearted. Like last week was heavy, man. Because when you slapped in the head with the reality, and the reality get to sit on your chest like a weight vest, is that the reality was ugly. And then, even though we still talking about the realities of what goes on in Black wealth, this is way more lighthearted than that conversation.
And so, if you weren't here last week, shame on you if you weren't. You should be here every week. Go back and watch last week's episode. It was the episode on Cass. We did a review on Cass, the book by Isabel Wilkerson, and it was heavy. But we need those heavy conversations
for sure.
But we also are sensitive and understand that we got to mix it up a little bit too. But everything we do, though, is to be thought-provoking. So even when we're talking about the cookout, it's to have fun. You can have fun, and you still can be thought-provoking as well, all at the same time. Any closing commentary before we get out of here, y'all?
I think Jose covered my closing commentary.
Oh, where is it at? Hold on. Let me get back to it.
Last comment.
There we go. All right, last week was super heavy facts with the super. You only understand super if you can come to the cookout. This week was like sunshine after a storm. All right. So listen, before we get out of here, do me a favor. If y'all enjoyed this week's episode, put a 1 in the chat. If you like last week's episode better, put 2 in the chat. Real quick before we get out of here, y'all.
Yeah,
But that's it. I asked in our group chat, I asked specifically, you're like, what are we going to talk about this week? I was like, daisies, please.
Yeah, right.
Please.
Yes,
When she first said, I'm like,
unicorn.
what do daisies got to do with? I was lost. I'm like, daisies? What the hell is she talking about?
Well, I thought she was talking about potholes in our lawn, but
me too. I'm like, we're gonna talk about De La Soul. Let's go.
I got potholes in my
Never mind.
Courtney, like, huh?
now see, I wasn't gonna say it because I saw the blank stare, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. Nothing.
Oh, if you're not a De La Soul fan, your husband got a lot of work to do.
So he's out there cooking for kids. Wow.
Yeah, he definitely gotta put you on the De La Soul. Old De La Soul, like De La Soul is super fire. They're one of the most underrated groups in hip hop.
Facts.
Stakes is high.
Stakes is high.
That's my second favorite album, hip hop album of all time.
Sadly,
That now.
a lot of
No,
this stuff.
no.
Hold on.
Second
I got you.
But hold on. I mean, actually, De La is a great case study for Black Wealth, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
When you look at what's happening or what has happened to them, right? A lot of their music catalog is not streaming right now, which pisses me off. And their whole fight with Tommy Boy. Now, Tommy Boy got sold. So hopefully their music will be able to get out into streaming, which I will be super duper happy.
It wasn't sold to them though.
It wasn't sold to them. But this is the importance of contracts and knowing who's going to foot the bill in those contracts too.
That's an excellent topic in Black Wealth.
Man.
Yeah. All right. So we got a couple ones. Romaine, say how you doing, Romaine?
What was one again?
If you enjoyed this week.
This week. 2 was last week.
Yeah. All right. Latoya said they both been delightful. Last week was necessary. Today was the perfect follow-up.
Toya had a flamethrower out last week. She was setting them jokers on fire last week.
Yep.
Listen, man.
So Toya's got a 1 and a 2.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, and like I just say, man, Tommy ain't my MFing boy.
Shout out to Nori. All right, y'all. So listen, we appreciate you all being here every week, 7 p.m. on Sunday. It's the Black Wealth Project. This is our town hall meeting. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week with something exciting, interesting, and thought-provoking to talk about. We'll see y'all next week.